Welcome to 50 Nights of Fright. I'm Tommy, joined today with Katie, and we are covering one of Wes Craven's best films, I want to say, in the original Scream. Now, Katie, I take it you're a bit of a Scream fan. I see the hat. What did you think of Scream?
One of my favorites, hands down. Like, I will watch it again and again.
So, would you say it's one of your favorite scary movies?
It is.
Okay. So talk me through Scream. Tell me what about Scream do you like?
So, when I was growing up, as I've said before, I was into horror. I loved horror. But my mom wouldn't let me watch some of the older stuff. She felt too scary.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't feel that way about Scream. I don't know why, but my mother had a twisted sense of what is scary.
Well, Henry Winkler, isn't it? How scary can it be? The guy was the Fonz.
I think I want to say 12 years old when I first saw Scream.
Mm-hmm.
But I love the movie, especially with the twist at the end. Not one killer, as they thought,
But
two.
And I think that's what kind of helps set Scream as a franchise apart from other slashers. It's not only, there's usually two killers, but also Ghostface as a character isn't just one entity.
Reoccurring, coming back, how are you still alive?
Yeah, whereas like with Jason, though you can get into like, this actor has a different, body than the others, so his movements are different. During the movie you don't notice. Of course, Robert Englund's Freddy Krueger, he's the same essentially throughout, gets a little more wacky and, comic, but he's the same character. With Ghostface, because it's a different person in each film. Spoilers, but
I think that aligns personally for me because as much a horror fan I am also a Marvel fan. And Stan Lee once said that is why Spider-Man wears a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Because anyone can be Spider-Man.
Yes.
So I feel that's why Scream stands out so much as it does. Because it's not just one person. It's not a reoccurring nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Anyone
not
could be
a
the
monster
killer.
from the shadows.
Yes. So, like, the Scream franchise is just as much a mystery as it is a horror movie. Because throughout it, you're like, well, who do I trust? Who could be the killer? What Scream does so well is it does kind of shine a light on horror movies in general, the unwritten rules, like as Randy in the film kind of mentions them. You're supposed to don't have sex. Of course.
Don't go off alone.
Don't go off alone. Don't say, I'll be right back.
You will not be right back.
And those are just a couple of the things that he says, and like he even goes into more in the sequels.
I love the realism that is the Scream movies.
Mm-hmm.
Because they dive deep into it. It's not one of those slashers where, it's set in a different world. It's one of those slashers that you see that and you're like, holy heck.
That could happen.
That could happen. Someone could lose their minds,
Mm-hmm.
put on a costume that is readily available, and start killing.
Yeah, because there's nothing mystical about Ghostface. It is just a person in a mask. It does give that extra unease whenever you go and see a movie like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the movies themselves, like in the sequels, they say, those events were turned into a movie within the movie. So like the Stab franchise.
That's the reason it stands out so much, is because it makes fun of itself.
Yes, the very meta of it, to kind of reference horror movies as a whole. Like, hey guys, isn't this kind of silly? Ha ha, but...
And the cultural realism we get when we get to 4, where they're not only making fun of themselves, but making fun of possible future ones. It sets it apart from all the others.
Now, the cast in this movie, I think a lot of them were at the kind of beginning of their really great careers. It tapped a lot of them with, I think, Drew Barrymore being killed off at the beginning. It kind of is a reference to Psycho. Because you see Drew Barrymore on all the posters and a lot of the trailers. It was like,
and you think, main character.
She's big main character energy, just like Janet Leigh in Psycho. So follow.
It's another good point because, like I said, they make fun of it, but they also give nod to other horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Lee is playing in the final party scene,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so it gives nod to the Scream Queens
What also sets Scream apart is because the killers are killed at the very end, or at least one of them was.
Spoilers.
For a future movie, maybe. It's actually the final girl that returns for all of the sequels. We don't talk about 5 and 6. That you follow Sidney Prescott through these movies, the final girl. Whereas in other horror movies, you follow the villain.
If I may, coming up, not spoiler, but they say in 7, it reverts back to the original.
If we can just erase 5 and 6, I'll be happy.
I don't know about that. I kind of like the story in 6.
Like
all the mask being used. I kind of like that. Yeah. And the whole, maybe he's dead, maybe he's not. Not telling which one.
I do like how they brought Hayden Panettiere back from 4. But that's because I have a crush on her. That's one of the things that I really liked about Scream is you follow the survivor through the sequels. And of course, like you said, Neve Campbell, excellent actress. She really nailed the part. Courtney Cox as Gale, absolutely. Of course, Matthew Lillard plays a character, Skeet Ulrich. Like many of the great slasher movies, launched a franchise. Do you think Scream stands as part of this history of horror? Does it belong on a list like this?
Absolutely. I personally, and there may be people who disagree with me. I don't care if y'all disagree with me. But I believe that when it got to 96, 97, the slasher craze was dying down. We had done seen so many slashers, Chucky, Michael. We were tired of it. Scream, with its personal new brand of realism and just how it did it, revived the slasher craze. And I think that personally is why Scream has lasted from 96 to present.
The last movie that came out was like 2009.
7 is coming out.
7? There wasn't a 5 and 6. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are we placing the first Scream?
Absolute 100.
Absolute 100 out of 10. Was there a kill that stood out to you?
Tails.
The whole garage going up and
Well, that and the fact that everyone else ran. Everyone else screamed. Tatum faced the killer.
Well, I think that was more like her just...
In the beginning, she didn't immediately see Ghostface. Because at this point, they know someone's dressing up as Ghostface. At this point, they know someone's wearing that costume and killing people. So she sees the costume. She doesn't immediately go, oh my God, I'm going to die. She doesn't do final girl.
I liked one of the characters getting a TV smashed on their head. Not gonna say who. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of 50 Nights of Fright. I've been Tommy. This was Katie. That was Scream. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Tell us your favorite scary movie. Be sure to tune in tomorrow where we are covering Wishmaster.